Lamont Roach Jr. has been robbed once again. Draws to Pitbull Cruz in a fight where he got dropped in the third round, but very clearly came back and won the fight. And it was a competitive fight, but it was a competitive fight which Lamont Roach Jr. clearly won. How one of the judges had it 115 to 111 to Pitbull Cruz, I will never understand. Um, Pitbull Cruz fans clearly don't have a clue what they're bloody on about as well. It's not a draw is a horrible result. A draw is a horrible, horrible, horrible result. What did Pitbull Cruz do late on? What did he do late on? And people say, oh, Pitbull took the whole first half of the fight. Roach definitely took round two. And other than that, I think Roach won from probably round six onwards. Like basically every round on from round six onwards. The way better boxing came from him. Again, competitive fight. But the way better boxing came from him. Pitbull Cruz slowed down round by round, basically. He did. Um, Roach was dictating the pace behind his jab very well. Was picking Cruz apart. Cruz was walking into his shots. Roach was able to stand his ground well, and Pitbull even just wanted to box him. Pitbull eventually stopped coming forward a bit and wanted to box Lamont, but Lamont was just countering him, coming in every single time, making him look stupid. Um, I don't know what the judges were watching. I don't know what the 115, 111 judge was watching. Sack him. Shouldn't be in a job again, honestly. Um, Watching the fight with his eyes closed, just scoring it randomly as we go. Honestly, I feel bad for Lamont. Justice for Lamont Roach, because this is twice in a row now. This has happened. They hate him. They absolutely hate Lamont Roach Jr. That is the reality here. They apps commissions. It's just all corrupt. They all absolutely hate him for some reason. The poor guy hasn't done anything wrong. He's not. You know, getting into legal issues like another certain person. He hasn't done anything wrong, and judges are against him like this. Commissions are clearly against him. Everyone's clearly against him and don't want him to get any glory whatsoever, because this is twice in a row this has happened. In fights which he's won and performed in well. Yeah, he got dropped early on, was able to recover. Legs were still under him. Came back in the fourth round. Still probably lost that round, but again, took his time to get into it. He got into the fight, got into his groove, and was way more convincing for the rest of the fight. Outlanding Cruz, actually mixing up his shots. Cruz kept on coming forward, doing the same predictable things, which Lamont was just able to sidestep, shoulder roll, and just shrug off a lot of what Pitbull was coming forward and doing, because he just read him like a book in the end. Lamont Roach, that is what happened. Just was able to read Cruz like a book in the end, and it kept up a good pace for the rest of the fight, in my opinion. Lamont Roach, once he got his groove going, and it was enough time to be a very convincing winner in a competitive fight. I scored it 115, 111 to Roach, and I've seen that's what most people on social media have had it 115, 111 Roach. Again, competitive fight. But Cruz is constant clinching. When he was coming forward, it was so, so, so messy and unnecessary. I've seen people saying, oh, Lamont didn't deserve to win because he didn't want to win. Do you know what boxing is? Do you know what boxing is? He was on boxing off the back foot at times, and sometimes when Cruz came in, Lamont was just standing his ground on the front foot and was happy to go toe to toe with Cruz. So I don't get, oh, he didn't really want to win. What? If anything, I mean, Cruz wasn't throwing enough as we went on round by round. His output just shot down. The volume just shot down round by round. I People saying Roach didn't want to win it. What? He boxed a very good fight. He boxed a very good fight. He got dropped. Kept just kept doing the same thing until it eventually worked, and it did. Made a few adjustments here and there, but mostly the game plan didn't really change. Right, he was just doing the same thing, stood his ground against Pitbull, like to box well off the back foot here and there as well, but stood his ground on the inside, and eventually was able to outsmart Pitbull in the up close as he was mixing things up, changing angles, while Pitbull was just coming forward in a straight line, doing the same thing, walking into his shots. And when Pitbull wanted to box him for about 2 rounds, Lamont just made him look stupid, countering him all the time, standing in the centre, countering him. Um, I don't see the logic in those scorecards. I don't. I don't see the logic in those scorecards, but they very clearly don't like Lamont. But it's probably that just the crowd was so pro Pitbull. They um every time Pitbull missed, which, I mean, Lamont outlanded him so much later on. I mean, the stats were so much in favour of Lamont Roach Jr. We need to get them up. But I'm going to do another video on that because they were so in favour of Lamont Roach. But it's just that every time Pitbull just threw a shot, even though it missed by a mile, you know. Um, Shocking. It's absolutely shocking once again. Corrupt sport. Unfortunately, these things just happen, but for it's happened twice to Lamont Roach Jr. Jesus Christ, you've got to feel sorry for the guy.